All right, here we are with part 3. Just a few things to add on a New England Nun and give you a new camera angle here. Notice I put in the background here a little book, a very little book that I wrote a couple years ago about the history of Ghent, New York. So a little shameless self-promotion there. I want to highlight this conversation. A couple of you picked up on it. One of the questions got into that. The initial conversation between Joe and Louisa after, he comes back and they've been talking. So he comes over. "Good evening," said Louisa. She extended her hand with a kind of solemn cordiality. Okay, they're getting married soon. Good evening. Solemn. Funerals are solemn. Cordial means, friendly enough, but not getting married, right? By the way, they're referred to as lovers. I doubt they've had sex with each other. Who knows what Joe was doing in Australia, but I'm going to guess Louisa's a virgin. But cordial, right? I'm cordial with my students. We get along, we exchange pleasantries, but, we're not like super best friends. I like all of you very, very much. Love you in a way, right? I want to help you learn, but we're cordial with each other. "Good evening," said Louisa. "Good evening, Louisa," returned the man in a loud voice. She placed a chair for him, and they sat facing each other with the table between them. He sat bolt upright, toeing out his heavy feet squarely, glancing with a good-humored uneasiness around the room. She sat gently erect, folding her slender hands in her white linen lap. All right, when you have absolutely nothing to talk about with someone, what do you talk about? Right, the weather. "Been a pleasant day," remarked Daggett. "Real pleasant," Louisa assented softly. Next, work. "Have you been haying?" she asked after a little while. "Yes, I've been haying all day down in the 10-acre lot." "Pretty hot work." "It must be." "Yes, it's pretty hot work in the sun." "Is your mother well today?" "Yes, mother's pretty well." People, listen to me. If this is the conversation you're having with the person you're going to marry in 2 weeks, recall the invitations, return the dress, and eat the cake, okay? Do not get married. This is a stilted, awkward conversation. They have nothing to talk about. "Until now, I suppose Lily Dyer's with her." Daggett colored. "Yes, she's with her," he answered slowly. He was not very young, but there was a boyish look about his face. Louisa was not quite so old as he. Her face was fairer and smoother, but she gave people the impression of being older. She's reserved. That makes people seem older. "I suppose she's a good deal of help to your mother." "I guess she is. I don't know how mother'd get along without her," said Daggett with a sort of embarrassed warmth. "Well, she looks like a real capable girl. She's pretty looking too." "What? Watch out." To the people, this could be for men and women, mostly men. All right, when your girlfriend, fiancé, wife says about another woman, "She's pretty, isn't she?" It's like a trap has been set. What are the good answers when your girlfriend, fiancé, wife says, "Oh, that woman's pretty"? Not nearly as pretty as you, dear. I never even thought about that. Or been a hot day. You don't say, "Yeah, she is pretty fair looking," which is what Joe says. Anyway, so this is a very awkward conversation. It only gets interesting when another woman's name comes up. These people have no business getting married to each other. Just a couple other things here. I just want to bring back the point that Louisa, polishing the windows, sewing on unsewing a seam, seems a little, and students bring this up, OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder. It's a very serious disorder. I don't think Louisa has that because she enjoys this stuff. If someone does have OCD, they wish that they weren't compelled to sew and unsew a seam, wash hands, do certain things a certain way compulsively, right? It's a serious thing. Louisa is happy, right? To me, polishing a window, it doesn't make me that happy. Sewing and unsewing a seam, no. But if it makes her happy, good for her, right? Good for her. So there's nothing wrong with Louisa. There's nothing wrong with her that keeps her from having a good relationship with a man. She ended up living alone. She fell into that life. She liked it. She's going to stick with it. This story has a happy ending, except for Caesar. It'd be nice if he got off the chain once in a while. But Louisa's life is saved. This was a story that starts in evening. It was late afternoon and the light was waning. And then it ends in the morning, right? This is a bit of a dangerous, dark passage for Louisa, but she dodges the bullet of marriage, and she continues to have a nice single life. And yeah, I guess Joe and Lily will be happy together. Who knows? Maybe they'll have rotten kids whose noses run all the time. I hope they do, because I don't really like them that much. Yeah, they're not that bad. But I like Louisa, and it makes me think fondly of my time of living alone. I like living with my wife and cat as well. Appreciate his help today. So definitely a feminist story. Mary Wilkins Freeman is saying a woman can live alone, no problem. She doesn't need a man. Don't get married out of some loyalty, some sort of natural drift of life. Get married because you want to get married. Get married because you love someone. Don't do it just because somehow it's what you're supposed to do. So there you have it. We are all caught up from our snow day today, Monday, February 1st. You got your good solid lesson thanks to your good questions. Good lesson on New England Nun. I hope you're working on your Young, Goodman, Brown papers. I think they're due Friday night at 11:59. You can email me a draft of those if you'd like. I'll be happy to look at it, circle the mistakes. You can fix it. And that would be very good also. If you need me, email me, berninger@sunycgcc.edu. And we will be together again in the virtual classroom 1 week from today at 11 a.m. So take care, everybody. Stay safe from COVID. Stay safe in the snow. And do your homework and be serene and be peaceful.